ending of the year of 2021, I was unemployed and I was burning through my savings, okay? Because bills still needed to get paid. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Akemi Nicole and this is my first video of 2023, so happy new year to you guys. I know it's February, but I've been planning this video since December 2022. Last year I did a recap video on my Instagram stories, so if you have not seen the recap of 2021, go check that out in my highlights. But this time we're gonna be talking about 2022. I got my laptop in front of me because I sectioned everything out. I have videos of things I've recorded and planned on putting out and vlogging and things like that I never released. So I'm gonna be showing you guys, like as I tell you guys, like my story and my journey through 2022. You should grab your popcorn or your wine or your juice or whatever it is, your snack, because this is gonna be a long video. This is gonna take a little while because it's so much to happen, like so much to happen. Oh my gosh. So if you are interested in seeing how my year went, 2022 went, keep on watching. So I was going to start the video off in January 2022, but it's only right that I kind of give you a little bit of backstory of December 2021, so you understand like the change that has happened so quickly at the beginning of the year. Ending off the year of 2021, I was unemployed and I was burning through my savings, okay? Because bills still needed to get paid and I was just like really a mess. Burned out from work, didn't know what I wanted to do next. Just like in this transition of knowing what I was worth and knowing what I wanted or what I was willing to do and what I wasn't willing to do anymore. And like trying to find a job quick enough to fulfill those things that I felt like I needed or I wanted in my next job. Yeah, so it wasn't until I want to say right before I left for Paris is when I got an offer from a job, and it would require me to pick up and move again all the way to Boston. But the crazy thing about it is right before we got on a plane to go to Paris, we had a layover in Boston. So they sent me all the information about what buildings I'll be working with. So I visited the building that I was gonna be living in. And there was this feeling in the pit of my stomach. And some may say intuition, gut feeling, Holy Spirit, you can name it whatever you want, but I felt it when I walked into one of the buildings, and automatically I felt like that's not where I wanted to be, not at all. Fast forward, we went to London and everything. We got on a plane, we went to London. We went to Paris and then we went to London for 2 days and it was so much fun. So yeah, we're in London, we're having the time of our lives. We low-key almost got stuck in London. If you guys want to hear about that story, make sure you listen. If you guys want story times about these things, just comment below what story time you want to hear. But we almost got stuck in London, and then we ended our trip off back in Paris, and then we flew back home. At that time I was living in North Carolina with my mother as I was trying to figure out where I was gonna go next. But once I got home, I packed up what I could and I literally jumped in a car with my father, whatever I could fit in my SUV, and I drove all the way from North Carolina to freaking Boston, Massachusetts. I got my keys, I moved into my new place, and automatically I was like, I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this is it. And I just was praying like, God, I'm sorry for being ungrateful, but this is not it. This is literally not it. So what really solidified that this was not the place for me is literally on the first day of my job, I had to get a COVID test. And in that day, within 24 hours, next day, I found out that I had COVID. So on the very first day I started the job, I had COVID and I had to stay home. I had to stay home for 10 days. I think it was 10 days. Yeah, I had to stay home for 10 days of the first, so basically the first 2 weeks of the job, because I had COVID. I have this quote that I found on Instagram at the time, and it was like, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen, right? And it just resonated with me in that moment, because it was like, yo, I was so quick to jump on any and everything, and I totally like disregarded the feelings I had, or what I felt like, you know, basically what I've been asking God this whole time. I totally disregarded that and just went with what I wanted, because the money. So that was January. January was London, COVID, new job, new state, new everything. It was just crazy. So let's move right on into February. So February, I'm still at this job. I would say it would make it about a month now. And I ended up getting an interview with one of the top places that I wanted to go in the first place. I got the final interview with them. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, where have you been? If anybody knows about applying for jobs, like literally it takes months for you to get back to you. You honestly forget what you applied for at one point. I ended up getting the job. So I packed up my stuff out of that place, put it in storage, and went back home. So I went to North Carolina, and I just started feeling like a little bit more open again to doing things that I love to do. I did like a little reel or whatever, my first reel or video or something like that at my mom's house, doing my hair again and just feeling good. I started the job on like the 22nd of February. I moved back, and literally 2 days later, like the energy that I had, I felt like I wanted to conquer the world. So at that time I was like, I'm about to start YouTube again. Like I am going to give it my all again. And that's when I kind of revamped my YouTube and started again. So we're about to make a year since that revamp. Now it's March, and I'm getting comfortable with the job. I'm getting comfortable in my apartment, in my office, everything. I'm just getting comfortable in my new environment, and I'm just feeling so blessed. Okay, I started exploring Boston a little bit more, going out a little bit more, and I also got a new couch. I got a new bed. I got a new air fryer, and I was set. I'm like, this is all I need. I took my work photos, like everything just felt so much better. Then I visited Las Vegas, and I have that vlog too. I'll post that vlog above. I visited Las Vegas to see my best friend graduate as a Navy nurse. So April comes around. April is probably like one of my favorite months out of the year last year. top two, not two. Like seriously, I get into my office, I revamp it, I start making it feel like my own. Like I'm just slowly trying to make things feel like home and make it feel good. But what made it feel like home even more is my boyfriend had moved from California back to the East Coast. When he moved back to this East Coast closer to where I was, it was just like, listen, I'll take it. So we celebrated his birthday. We went to Atlanta. It was just a great month. Honestly, everything about it was just chef's kiss. Now May, of course, is my birthday month, but before that, it was a great month. I went to Miami to go visit my cousin. Her birthday is at the beginning of the month, so I got to see her. Then my mother came down. While she was here, I had my first professional like natural hair salon experience, which I'll link above for you guys. I went to the beach a couple of times. I went to the beach for my birthday. I went out to eat for my birthday. It was a nice month. I was still on a high from April into May. Now June in Boston was amazing. The weather was nice, everything was good, it was sunny, work had died down more. I was trying reels, doing my natural hair, and then we went to Philly. I went to Philly for the first time. We went on like a road trip. We went to New York. We stopped in New York for 2 seconds, then we went to Philly and we stayed there for like 24 hours to visit a friend. We drove down to DC to visit friends, and we stayed there for less than 24 hours, maybe 24 hours, and then we drove all the way back to Mass. July was fun. Every July we go to North Carolina for 4th of July. We go hang out with family, and then we randomly picked the weekend and we drove all the way through to Canada. We drove to Montreal from where we were. It was like 5.5 hours. Everybody spoke French. Like, they spoke English too, but everything was in French. It was really a great experience that like we randomly decided to do. So in August, my best friend came to visit me from North Carolina, and the crazy thing about it is I really vlogged this whole experience. I vlogged it and I didn't put anything out for I don't know why. Like, I just never edited. I probably talked myself out of it. Also, August is a very like busy month at work. Like, things start to really pick up in August, so that could have been it as well. I don't know. And we like explored the city some more. We went on this like duck bus tour where the bus basically drives into the water and you do a tour on water. We went out to eat, we went out dancing. Yeah, and then I got my hair straightened. But yeah, that was a really chill month as well. September comes around, didn't do much. I went to New York for my grandmother's birthday, so I got to spend time with her and my aunt and the baby. And then October came around. October was a great month too. I went apple picking for the first time, so that was pretty cool. And then my mom came to visit me for her birthday, and we had a blast. We went to this candle making class. We went out to dinner. I made like a little reel. We had a blast. We had a blast in October. November was another month of like celebration. I got to celebrate a baby shower with one of my close friends from college. We had a blast, okay? And then I explored the city and like literally was forced but I had a great time, forced by my boyfriend to be a tourist in New York. We went to the Transit Museum, and we also went to the Basquiat Museum, which chef's kiss. Honestly, it was really nice, and that was all one trip. Like, we did all of that in one trip. So I'm gonna say I ended the year off with a bang. I did Vlogmas in December. I started maybe a couple of days late, but I did Vlogmas and I vlogged every single day. I started working out again. I went to a ballet, like my first ever ballet, Boston Ballet. Oh, I got my first facial. So it's this black esthetician in Boston, and I won a 10 series facial with her during Black Friday or whatever. And so December we did my very first facial. And then to end the year off, we went to Amsterdam, and I'm gonna do a whole vlog about Amsterdam. But last year was so good. Like, I'm so very blessed, because the year before was such a like impactful year, and then this year I turned 30. Oh my gosh, oh my God. 3 things I've learned from 2022 to end this video off. Number 1 is God's timing is perfect timing, period. Number 2 is be grateful for and count your blessings. Be grateful for the smallest things in life, like lessons, whatever it is, even the smallest things to be grateful for. Number 3 is learn when you need help and be okay with accepting help and asking for help. Those are my 3 things. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next video is going to be my Amsterdam vlog, so make sure you guys look out for that coming. And the only way you can do that is what? If you're subscribed, if you got that bell notification on, and make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Nicole, and I'll see you guys in my next video.